Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm Jerrel. Today I want to discuss my excitement for the camera for the Nintendo Switch 2. There will be two models available when the console launches. There is the official Nintendo Switch 2 camera for £49.99 and the Piranha Plant camera, which will be £33.99. Now, in general, the difference between those two is £16, and let's just round up to 34 and 50 pounds. So 34 pounds, I could, with some effort, I could do some of these, and curling is obviously no issue. And then you have your pull-ups, you have your standing lifts. 50 pounds one-handed, I'm going to have a tough time. 34 pounds is I can handle that, but 50 pounds is going to be a little heavy for some people. So I would say that if you are looking for the cameras that are easier to lift, then the 34-pound Piranha Plant camera is probably going to be the one that you want to look for. But I know some of you are big boys out there, and that 50 pounds is going to be fine for you. I've lifted with a lot of people, and some dudes are, I mean, if you see David Vincent, he has a YouTube channel where he talks about RPGs. That dude could probably handle the Switch 2 camera for 50 pounds. Easily. Okay, I'm not sure how that converts to American dollars. So the reason why I'm so excited about this, I'm looking at this as a developer. And this was basically close to the top of features that were on my wish list as a developer. So what I want to do with the camera, and I was hoping that there would be a standard, widely available form of camera that was portable. As we see with the official Switch 2 camera, that one is not portable. That one sits on your tabletop or your dresser or your chifforobe, wherever you put your TV, and that sort of watches you silently from a distance. And the Piranha Plant is meant to clip on to the top of the console. It is portable. And why I'm so excited about that option, it means that there will be basically a standardized form of portable camera, so that when you take the Switch 2 with you on the go, you can have a camera with you. Now, it is without doubt that there will be more third-party options. We are going to see more manufacturers produce more cameras. Some are going to be streamlined and smaller, so they fit closer to the console, and they won't have this fun situation here where it looks like a fun Piranha Plant. And I'm going to, I don't want to whip people up into a buying frenzy, but I'm going to buy a bunch of different camera accessories because I want to experiment with them as a developer. I want to understand different form factors. So it is undoubted that there are going to be some manufacturers, especially when they produce cheaper ones, they are going to undercut the other official products. They're going to sell cheaper cameras. They're going to be smaller, going to fit closer to the camera. And I suspect some will also produce unlicensed, unofficial accessory cameras that look like Pokemon, for example. We already have set the standard Hori for the Piranha Plant. But I'm sure we'll see some bootleg Pokemon or other styles of cameras. So what I want to do with these as a developer, I want people to take their Switch 2 outside and go for a walk and take pictures of different things in the environment. I've been working on a game for years. I work on a lot of different games, and I don't fully take them to completion, but I work on the frameworks for them, and I work on the concepts, and I wait. I watch, I plan, and I wait. And I think when I need this game concept, I'll be ready to use it. And I have been working on a concept where it calculates the luminosity of the image, the time of day, the colors that are in the scene. I really want to see what other sensors are available in the Switch 2. So the concept that I have for a game that I want to bring to the Switch 2 is that you're walking around, you take pictures of the environment, and then that influences the content. So say, for example, you have a monster raising game where you're collecting and raising a bunch of different monsters. In order to find those monsters, to add them to your party, they are based on the environment. They're based on the colors, the luminosity in the scene. It affects their abilities, their species, their stats. Let's say that you are playing a game and you need to cast a particular spell. Maybe you are a geomancer. So you take a photo of your environment, and then that influences your character's abilities. Your geomancer abilities change based on the photo that you've taken of your environment. These are concepts that don't work if the camera is stationary. These are concepts that don't work, say, for example, if I was to create this for the Wii U, which I had originally been working on this concept for the Wii U, and I realized you can't take the camera outside, so it sort of defeats the purpose. But with the Switch 2, this is a console that you can take outside. Go for a walk. Don't get hit by a car. Don't get hit by a bicyclist. Don't get hit by a motorcyclist. Don't get hit by a unicyclist or a tricyclist. And you know, penny farthings are big right now. Don't get hit by a penny farthing. So those are the concepts that I would like to work on. I wanted to share that with you because I'm very excited for that. And I'm just beside myself with excitement. I am absolutely going to pick up the Piranha Plant option, and it is going to be easy to pick up because it's only 34 pounds, and honestly 34 pounds is not that heavy. Only a small child would have difficulty picking up the Piranha Plant. You'd be able to keep that with you in your Switch 2 case, go for a walk. So I'm going to be working on game concepts that lean into that functionality, just something fun and exciting, and you're interacting with the world, and it incentivizes you to go to different places and take different pictures of different scenes and environments, and that will help generate, you know, your monsters or your spells, your items, your weapons, something cool, something fun. So that's what I have been planning, but I'm still very much working on my Switch games. Someone asked me if I will still support Switch 1 even right up until the very end. A lot of people I met because I developed the very final games for the 3DS and Wii U, and people still tell me that they really enjoy the games that we were able to get out at the very last second. We launched a game like the week before the eShops, well, we launched 6 games, but one of them launched really like a week and a half before the eShop closed. So thank you all of you for enjoying my games. We can't escape the discussion of the pricing with the Switch 2, but we've already discussed that at length. And with my games, one of my most popular games is Silver Falls Ghoulbusters. That originally launched on the 3DS. You can't purchase it anymore, but people have told me that they found a way to obtain my game unofficially and play it. And I'm just gonna say, we're all gamers here, man. I'm cool, baby. If you can find an unofficial way to enjoy my game, then hey, I'm glad you're having fun. And if you would like to support me, you can pick up Ghoulbusters on the Nintendo Switch eShop. It is exclusive to the eShop, but I understand, look, we all have limited budgets. Everything in our lives is more expensive. Living expenses, food, everything's more expensive, and I've just been considering, and I mean, personally for me, it's upsetting to see people like me that want to enjoy games, and we're priced out of being able to pick up every game that we want, and I'm trying to just consider that and take that into account. So I'm working on a version of Ghoulbusters, Silver Falls Ghoulbusters, that is not official. It's not an official release, but it will be a full version of the game totally for free. I'm going to bring that to the PS Vita, so my fellow Vita fans, we know what's up, you guys. This console rocks. I got these sick grips. These came from EB Game years ago. I don't think you could buy these specific ones. They do have more available online, but they're kind of bulky. I really like this streamlined one. So I'm bringing Ghoulbusters to the PS Vita. Again, it's the full version. It's going to be totally free. There's no monetization. I will also bring that to Android, but you will need hardware controls. Because the game is free, there's no monetization, I can't afford to spend that much time on it, and I can't afford to spend time programming touchscreen controls. So I'm bringing Ghoulbusters to Android for free, no ads, but you will need to get hardware controls. So this is something that I think only cost me like $12 or something like that. I bought it in Australian dollars, and I don't exactly know how much that is in US dollars or euros or pounds or rupees right now. I don't know. But this was around like 12 to 15 US dollars. So it adds hardware controls. So a lot of my upcoming games, my official games, I'm going to make free versions for the Android so that people just have something fun. I just want to give people something fun to play And I think this is my way that I can do that. This is my way of being able to bring something fun to people. And this is my way of saying thank you for supporting me. Other options. This is sick. This is so sick. This is the Game MT E5. Again, I'm not sponsored. I don't take sponsorships. That's not my vibe. That's not my approach. This thing is so sick. The shoulder buttons are really good. Now, this thing was around 65 to 75 US. It has great hardware controls. It runs Android. It's got a touch screen. This is one I would recommend. Right now, all of my upcoming games, I'm making versions and I'm optimizing them specifically for this device. So if you pick one of these up or a similar device, then you'll know that my games will run properly on this because I am natively developing the games for those. One that I cannot recommend is this. I picked this up. I was really hoping I would be able to recommend this one to you. This is called the CB408. It's got a metal body, it runs Android, and I felt, look, this might be good to develop my games on. I'll see if I can recommend this to people. What sucks is I received this unit and the left analog stick is already, it's leaning to the left, so there's something wrong with it. So I can't even play games because it makes my characters already walk left. And an even bigger problem is that this will not hold battery charge on standby or power down. I had this fully charged last night. I fully turned it off. 6 hours later, battery's totally dead. I can't even power it on, which means if you have this unit, I mean, you're constantly walking left and you can't leave it off charge. You have to have it constantly plugged in. So that sucks because this is really good. It's extremely comfortable. The screen is decent. I like these rubberized pads. It feels cool, but the manufacturing and quality assurance on this is really bad. And CB408, the CB stands for chicken bake, and I don't know why they didn't get more attention to the quality of their manufacturing. Now, the reason why I recommend the Game MT is that this is a company that actually listens to their audience and their customers. When people have complaints and feedback about their products, Game MT actually listens. They adjust their prices, they adjust their hardware to make it more affordable, and when people say there is something about the hardware that they don't like, then Game MT actually fixes it. Now, this particular model of the Game MT does not have a D-pad, it has a D-dish. You can see that it is a dish. People have expressed that they really dislike this. So what this company did was they listened to their audience and they made adjustments to their business approach and their product strategy so that they can make sure that they keep a healthy and positive relationship with their customers. So this is an older model. It's only about 5 or 6 months old. It's still very good. I like this device. I'm not super bothered by the D-dish. But because this company listened to their audience, they made a new model that has a real D-pad that is significantly better. So this is one that I recommend. The screen is really nice on this. So yeah, I'm making free versions of Ghoul Busters. Please keep an eye out over the next week, and then I will launch Silver Falls Ghoul Busters, and you can just enjoy it. I have this planned for all of my upcoming games, even the ones that are launching exclusively on Switch officially. I still will make free versions for the PS Vita, for Android, and again, even if you don't have a device with dedicated hardware buttons, this is like 15 US. Again, because these games are free, I cannot afford to spend the time to create touchscreen controls. There's a lot that goes on. There's a lot of testing and you have to implement a lot of different logic. I don't have time for that because these versions are free. So if you would like to enjoy my games on Android, pick one of these up. They're not very expensive. They're rechargeable USB. They connect through Bluetooth, so they should be compatible with basically every Android phone. Anyway, thanks for spending some time with me. I'm really excited about the camera for the Switch 2. I'm amped. I am ecstatic. I'm beside myself. Thanks very much for hanging out with me, everyone. Okay, I'll see you around. Take care.